table, you guys heard this story on Friday night, coming up with ideas. You guys got to understand, when everything's going great, it's easy to join a company when everything's going great. Would you guys agree with me on that one?
Yeah!
But it takes vision and persistence and faith to stick with a company when it's not going great. See it through. And it's my honor, guys, now on the other side of that line, to welcome our newest 5-star ambassador, a brilliant marketing mind. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Brian and Brandy Belville.
Imagine that, she said, you want me to hold that? Well, folks, absolutely an amazing journey to be here in just a couple of minutes. Obviously there's so many amazing stories. The folks down in front of the stage are the ones that got us here, and that's what I've always loved about this industry. It's the perfect unity between compensation systems where it truly does pay you to help others. And that's what I've always loved about this industry. You've been doing this for 17 years. A lot of people look at me and say, 17 years, and they just think the BiPAC's really been working. But no, I was in the industry before I had a driver's license. And it's funny, Blake was talking about, in the beginning, we talked about when you meet those forks in the road, when you see those forks and you just got to determine, which way to go and all that. And, being in the industry for 17 years, I've been forked a few times in the industry. And, kind of ticked me everywhere. But the reality of it is that, everybody here, I talked to a gentleman last night who said this was his very first company and experience in the industry. Yeah, those of you are like, wow, what a lucky dude, right? Exactly. So for those of you that are brand new, if I can impart anything on you, please do not take this for granted. Simply because, where you're at and the timing, everything that's been said, there's nothing more that we can say. It's just everybody has their own story. And when it comes to stories, we hear stories from stage. And, what is the difference between success and failure? That's a big question. What is the difference between success and failure? Well, see, the ingredient for failure is failure plus failure plus failure plus failure plus failure plus failure. The only difference between success is that it's failure plus 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 failure equals success. See, you just determine the last chapter. That's all you do. And folks, you're here today to determine and write your last chapter. I implore you with every single bit of blood in my body, every ounce of energy that I can muster up, please do not take this for granted. You're going to leave here. The founders are going to give you an action item, and this is just the beginning. And I'll say this out loud, folks. We haven't seen the #1 income earner yet in this company. It's anybody's ball game at By Salas and the Body by Challenge. Thank you so much. I love each and every one of you.